It's the Movie Toasty Show, here for you. Dennis and Adam joke about orgasms and sweet movie reviews. We talk about TV too, right?
I think so.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah! Movie Toast. It's the Movie Toast.
All right. Apparently, that did not go as
I
fluid
clicked
as...
my button too soon.
It's all
I
right. We
apologize.
tried something different, folks. It's just because we're so excited to deliver some more Comic-Con material here. It's very specific, though. This
That's
is
right.
Specifically for Stern Pinball. Now,
In the Paramount Lodge. We're telling
the
you
Paramount
what we
Lodge.
did on our final day at New York Comic. I gotta learn to speak. Our final day. Let's cut that out. Al, you work your magic, bud.
Bring it back.
All right,
Move it
Dennis, you
around.
set us up again. All right.
All right, folks, here's a little more content for our last day at San Diego Comic-Con. We had a couple more experiences we wanted to share with you guys, the Toasties. And we got a little pinball and we got a little live event activation sort of stuff that happened. That was quite a bit of fun. It was pretty cool. So we want to share that with you guys.
100%, everybody. So up first, we have Stern Pinball, Dennis. We got a little walkthrough, and boy, oh boy, it's not your grandpa's pinball.
Oh, hell no. No, we got a demo of a couple of really cool tables that are available now from Stern Pinball, as well as many of the other machines that are available from the brand. Specifically, though, we get to try out the new Godzilla anniversary pinball machine.
70th anniversary.
All a black and white scale.
Ooh, it's
really
sexy.
Fucking cool. And then the John Wick pinball machine.
Ooh, yeah. Now that one's fun. All John Wick flicks in one pinball.
Oh, dude, yeah. You get to in John Wick, you get to satisfy these new brand of achievement like things. You earn badges doing certain contracts that are made available through their phone app that you link through the Stern Pinball. Yep.
You're gonna rush to your arcade, fucking do some fun missions, get some rankings.
These limited leaderboard. Yeah, exactly. These limited time events apply to leaderboards across the country, around the world. You get to scan your profile back into the pinball machine itself, and you get to compete with pinball players from everywhere. So this replayability factor is really inspiring to me. It's not just the people who are showing up to that machine, but the people playing that machine around the world, and it's really fucking cool.
And it saves your progress. Like you can leave and come back. There's multiple stages to what you can do. It's crazy. I didn't know any of this about pinball, man. I thought it's just you put your quarters in, you play, you're done, you screw off. But no, man.
Right. I was just impressed to see the physical mechanics. They showed up the special events that would pop up within the machine itself as you're playing the game, of course, as you'd expect from a pinball machine. But just adding that layer of competitiveness and stuff really made it really fun. And Adam and I were going back and forth on several machines. Yeah. But
there are you can play up to 4 players on one machine. You don't gotta just wait for the next person to leave. No, one person goes, next person goes, you get your 3 balls, but it's oh my god. And they work with the studios. They got to be there while the movie's in production to know what to do and the fine details they put into the intricate pieces into the area. Like John Wick, you got the Continental, you got the car, you got the little medallion that you prick your finger and give your blood.
He was saying the licensees, the license holders even approve like the font on all of the machine. It comes down to every fine detail is approved by everything to really deliver that final product that really looks and feels within the world it comes from, and it's so freaking cool. One of my in the Godzilla machine, one of the cool things about that one was that it spanned like all of the original films. One of my favorite things was in the multiplayer games, a lot of the ball saver aspects, like the things where they trap your ball and stuff, you had a chance to
They
seal the
stay
balls
there.
that were trapped
Yes.
by the other players. So there's this
And-
cool like skyscraper that the balls get trapped on top of, and the skyscraper builds up. But if one of your competitors knocks the building down and
Free
it comes
balls.
crumbling down, you get all the balls that they had trapped, and it's
That's pretty
that
badass.
was so fun, cool. You get clips from the movie that play in incredible
And
color.
they make up new clips.
Oh,
They
man.
said the companies are like, wow, I didn't even know we had this footage. They're like, we made the footage. It's
That's
crazy
right,
how
yeah.
intense it is.
It
And
was fun. Oh
there's
man.
not just one of each. There's the consumer version, which is a little cheaper, not as in depth, and then they also have these like deluxe editions that have more finer details, better quality on the inside. Oh my god, these machines
So
are
much cooler.
and sexy.
Those things fucking stood out every time we walked up to one, and I would try to compare when I saw they were like the same copyright or whatever. Compare what things were different, and although the quote unquote maybe lower tier ones might have had things that stood out, they were still a lot of fun to play. Don't get me wrong, they weren't lesser than games. But
No, they're on
the
par.
premium
It's just the
machines
details. Yeah.
had so like the figurines that would have these animatronics in them. You like the James Bond machine I was playing, you'd have James like fly out on a jetpack over
Mhm.
the rest of the table. The Star Wars machine I was playing, you could hit the TIE fighters and they would look like they were taking battle damage.
Venom, you can choose different versions of who you want the characters to be.
Yeah.
Jaws, there's some fun stuff there, but you can actually watch the whole movie on the screen as you're playing. It's insane.
Dude, oh, that was so. And then, like, so in our private demo that we got looking at the machines, they even said they have like the entire movie of Jaws in clips,
Yeah.
depending on which like bonuses you hit on the table.
Mhm.
So there's so much content. They're so thorough when making the machines. It is so entertaining. We couldn't help
we
but just
spent-
keep going back for more games.
Yeah,
Oh,
we spent
man.
about an hour at this place. It was by far one of my favorite parts of the con, just playing
Yes.
pinball and learning. Like, I'm like, what are they going to give us a private tour of a pinball? What? And then I'm
Yeah,
like, holy shit. I loved every second, just the intensity of these people talking about it. They're like, oh, yeah, you know, I used to play regular games, but now I play these pinball games. I'm a wizard. I'm like, oh, pinball wizard. I get it. I'm like, it's a whole
Right.
culture, man. There's like tournaments that they have for these. I mean, my
Oh,
God,
yeah.
I wish there was pinball stations near me, man.
It was so fucking
Stations,
entertaining. I'm with you, man.
arcades.
I wasn't quite sure what we're getting into, but once it started, I was just so engrossed with the level of detail they offer with all of their pinball machines, and they're just so much fun. Like, it's one of those. As soon as the game is over, I want to hit it again so bad. I mean, we had lines behind each of us as we finished each of our rounds, so we'd have to cycle around and find another machine. But
But it was
all of
still
them were
fun to
entertaining.
watch. Because
Yeah.
even
Oh,
as
dude.
you're in line,
Yes.
you're getting to pay
Oh.
attention to the stuff happening in the machine and on the machine. When you're
Yeah.
playing, you're just watching the balls. But when you're waiting in line, it's a whole experience, man. I love
you know,
it.
I'm a big Spider-Man fan, so seeing the picking out your Venom character was so cool, and like I love that perspective they offered on the New York City rooftop of seeing all the different versions of him as you were thumbing through. They had special buttons on the machine itself for special events.
And like
felt
B movies,
so-
I love B movies. Playing Elvira, seeing clips of
Yeah.
like these B
Oh,
movies
dude,
that
that
she
was
would like
cool.
watch. And like even I wasn't great at playing them. Like I feel like I used to be better at pinball, but that's probably bullshit. But watching other people get like scores of million plus, I'm like, holy fuck, these people are pinball wizards. And it's just mesmerizing watching them just go. And you're like, I want to play the machine, but I'm enjoying them just having fun. It's
Hell yeah.
weird.
Oh, I'm totally. I think the only one we didn't mention was maybe like Foo Fighters.
Yeah, that
Foo
was
Fighters
that
had
was
a
an
cool
interesting
machine.
one.
Yeah, I think that was all of them though. If I
No,
can-
there was more, man. There was a lot more, but a couple of different Star
Deadpool.
Wars,
Deadpool.
Deadpool,
That's right.
Deadpool. Yep, that was a fun one.
Yeah, no, it was a great room. So, like
Yeah.
we said, there was a really cool exhibition display, but the real gem was the pinball arcade they had set up with what
Mhm.
20, 25 machines set up across
Something.
all of the
Yeah,
things they were
free
offering,
play.
and man, that was so much fun. It was so much fun.
And the fact that they have multiple machines that come out a year, they get quarters where they have different variations of games going out, and there's always something in the mix. They're always staying relevant on top of it. I mean, the level.
What I think you say, like 2 to 3 machines a year. So which when you think about the amount of engineering that went into, we think about the amount of engineering that goes into manufacturing these things. Like, holy shit, it's amazing they even go through it that fast. In my opinion, they do such a good and thorough job of an experience that makes you feel like you're playing in something from that world. That none of these two pinball machines feel the same. Of course, being a movie fan, it was so cool to see all these movie references as well as other franchises we are fans of as well. As, of course, Elvira fits right into our vein of interest, and all the like C-list movie clips of zombie and monster movies that they play and stuff. It was so much fun to watch that stuff go by. Even when you lose, it's satisfying to see like the multiplier match thing go by just to see what clip they might play. And it was definitely a highlight of Comic-Con for me with you, man. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah. And after that, we headed down to the Gaslamp District for the Paramount Lodge.
Yes,
not too sure what we were in store for there, but by God, there was a lot of activations happening. You go in, Ninja Turtles, some free pizza.
Delicious pizza, by the way. That was good stuff.
You can go to a bar from Tulsa King where you can get some drinks. You can play some slot machines.
I won a few coins.
Games. Yeah. There was a Dexter, whatever the new Dexter Origin show is. There was something there for that. Ghost, that CBS show Ghost had their own little bar where you could smell things as if you were a ghost. In the movie If, there was like kind of a Ferris wheel picture station where you could take a picture with your favorite imaginary friend. SpongeBob had a kind of like this, I don't know what it was. It was already roped off. We could
a jellyfishing bubble experience thing from what I could gather.
You got pretty cool little
SpongeBob bubbles. Oh, yes, sir. I got a Frasier tattoo airbrush from the Ink Masters booth that they had. I just saw the tattoo that no one was getting. And I was like, yes, that's.
Oh, yeah. I saw it from like a book. I'm like, Frasier. I'd want that as a tramp stamp, but apparently they're not doing that. So I'm not doing it either. And then you got yourself a personalized Star Trek t-shirt, right?
We could customize our own Star Trek t-shirt that features specific graphics. I got several starships across the chest, as well as was it Beam Me Up? I think I got it on the back. We could choose our phrase and stuff like that. That was a lot of fun. I liked that they had a lot of different flavors going on in the same place, and they were really trying to keep you busy bouncing from one thing to the next. And they actually accommodated a lot more people than a lot of the other pop-up experiences that we.
And that's the thing. There was a lot going on, and yet nothing was too congested. And they gave you a decent amount of time to be there, which was nice. And then they gave you a heads up, hey, we're gonna cycle in new people. You guys gotta go in about 5-10 minutes. But they gave you warnings, and it was just a nice vibe.
Yeah,
you get in off the streets. It's hot outside. You're going in. You're cooling down. You're getting free drinks. You're getting free food. It was a fun time, man.
Yeah, and there's other people having fun in there too. That's what I liked about the vibe. Is it's just we're all experiencing the same like silly fun things at once. The only thing I was a little bummed about is not being able to play Ninja Turtles with you in that corner arcade machine.
Well, we could. It's just the machine was all.
It was on fire. It was like in the sunlight, and it was a little rough.
The top was all cut off. Yeah, it was bad.
But it was a lot of fun. If that's the only negative mark, I have to say, everything else was so fantastic.
One fun thing was they give you 2 drink tickets, and some lady's like, "Hey, man, you guys want 2?" We're like, "Yeah," and I took one, and I'm like, "I'll go get a Coke," because I wasted mine on a beer and then a lemonade, and they're like, "Oh, Coke's free." I'm like, "Oh, okay, here you go, Dennis. You can have it back." And then you're trying to get rid of it, but everyone else is like, "I already have too many tickets, man."
I'm just trying to pay it forward, and I had to go through like 4 or 5 people before I finally handed off a free drink ticket to somebody. Which I will say, the cocktail was tasty.
Fair enough.
They did.
The lemonade
did a good job of making it fun.
Yeah, it felt inclusive. Time. Everything had its time to shine. And what, Criminal Minds?
Yes, there was a Criminal Minds photo op sort of thing where you're in their like war room with the yarn and the pictures and the
Mhm.
thumbtacks to link things to the next, and that looked really cool. Very detailed too. I
Yeah.
imagine some of those were references to the show specifically.
I've never seen it, but yeah, probably.
I haven't either, but
And-
it looked
and
really
that's the
cool. It was
thing.
very detailed.
As you're like, hey man, we should do this and this, this. When should we sign up? I'm like, Sunday. You're like, dude, we don't have time to do all this. I'm like, trust me, this is the way to end the show. And I felt like it was the best way to go out. There was no panels really happening of interest. The exhibition hall was kind of dead at that point. People were already packing
Right.
up. So we just got to enjoy the free amenities and have fun, I think. And we were
Oh,
going to
yeah.
go to the Comic-Con museum, but we had to cross a fucking freeway to get there. And it was miles away from the con. It's like, what?
Yeah.
No, we're not paying an Uber for that.
Instead, what we did was talk to a father and daughter that have
Oh,
traveled
yes.
across the country to many different Comic Cons. And that was honestly,
I
another one
love
of my
that.
highlights. with
I
you.
hate
We
talking to
sat down there
strangers,
with,
man.
for 45 minutes, and we were just talking about all of the cool stuff that we liked about going to these events, their experiences, our experiences. We were sharing like little tidbits of where to
Talking
find
about the
this and that.
podcast. They were telling
was
us about
so
how
cool.
they do outreach and help the
Yeah,
the unhoused and
Yeah.
just the loveliest people. Like it was
So awesome.
nice. Oh man,
That's one
yeah.
of the things I like about going to these types of stuff with you, man, is we're focusing groups of people that are very likely to be like that. You know, we're all just here to have this sort of fun. We're here to experience these sort of things. These guys travel across the country to just be here and be among the fun.
And those
Ah.
two people we were talking to only had Thursday tickets. Thursday is a good day, and Sunday tickets. Sunday is a waste, but they made the most out of their weekend. They had
Oh,
fun.
hell yeah.
It was a bonding experience, and it was just fun talking to them and goofing around with these people. And normally, I'm like, I don't want to fucking talk to anyone. I don't care about other people. And these people just won me over because they were so charming, man.
You remember we're making fun of Sharpie had like a truck,
Yeah.
a whole Sharpie truck there. It's like what's Sharpie gonna do?
And
And then
go drop
the daughter
pictures?
wanders over there, comes back, it's like, hey, this is pretty cool stuff. And then we got some sick paint pens. They're
Yeah,
actually
those are
really
pretty
like
bitchin'.
they write on everything. I've been
And they'd
dicking
be
around with
pretty
it.
costly,
They're
I bet, to
awesome.
pay for. They gave
Oh, yeah.
2 for free.
That was well worth
And
the wandering in there.
You
man.
did
That
go
was
to
lot of
a
fun.
food truck that we could have gone to, but we messed up our
Yes.
days.
Oh,
The 50th anniversary of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. There was a food truck themed all Texas Chainsaw Massacre. You buy food, you get a Texas Chainsaw Massacre pin, and just fun stuff.
yes. I got
And there was
smoked
this-
potato chips. That was gnarly.
They
I've
were
never had
tasty,
that before.
homemade.
That was
Yeah.
intense. I liked that. I've never tasted something that went for that sort of gusto, and that
Mhm.
was a lot of fun. It was a cool, that was a good time. I know Sunday was slower for sure, but it still had something to offer, and
Yes.
ironically ended up being probably one of my favorite days. We got
I
to really
think so.
savor all the experiences that we had together. So
Yeah.
it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I cannot wait to go back to delve into that world again.
Right.
It's fun just being among all the other nerds, you know.
Mhm. You feel at home. Oh, and that was the best
Yeah.
part. Like going to the airport later on, fucking, it was just packed full of people.
I
from the
didn't even
con,
think
and, like,
about that. You just see
it
all
was
the like the
fantastic.
stuff. Oh, that's
Like,
cool.
people were like talking. They're like, oh yeah, do you see this and that? I'm like, oh, this is the one time you feel welcomed at the airport, man. It was great.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Man. Oh, that's awesome.
Did I talk to any of them? No. I just stood to myself, but boy, was it nice taking it all in. Ugh.
Oh, yeah. I know.
But yeah, that was our con. It was good.
I'm so glad
Yeah.
that worked out, and then we got to, especially. I'm glad we got to link up together and do something else together again. It's
Definitely.
all these years apart. It's fun to finally share some experience like that, especially knowing I had you as my Sherpa to inform me of like. these are
Yeah, I
things
was
you gotta think
grumpy
about
the
and
whole
think-
time. Being a
Well, no,
little
like
bitch.
it's like
You
it's
dealing
like
with me?
attack preview night. Really get a feel for the floor. I thought I did. Turns out I didn't because I was still
It's a beast,
fucking
man.
4.5 days in. I'm still seeing corners of that show floor I'd never saw before.
Zigging and
I saw-
zagging.
I saw a lot of people we saw from WonderCon. That was interesting, but man, no, that was just so much
Yeah.
fun. I'm glad we got to, especially these two specific things between the
Mhm.
Paramount
It
Lodge.
was a good way to close
and
out the
the
day.
Stern
the
Pinball
holiday.
experience. Oh yeah,
The
that
weekend.
was the perfect
holiday,
way. I think
fucking Comic-Con. Shut
it
the
was
fuck
a
up.
holiday.
It's not a
It might
holiday.
as well be a holiday, man. It's for San Diego, I think it is.
Yeah, yeah. We'll take it. We'll take
Yeah.
it like I'm San Diego. Yeah, speaking on the behest of San Diego.
And on behalf of all the San Diegans, I say this is a holiday now. Movie Toast declares.
Something no one's heard of. We
Yeah.
declare it, and it's the law. Oh man. Anything else about the con that what was the most surprising thing for you that you enjoyed the most that you weren't expecting? Anything?
Specifically, that I wasn't expecting to see
Yeah.
Amy Jo Johnson as
Just
I
don't-
turned around a corner sitting at a but like there's this long line of people to get her photo and autograph, but I'm just walking down the aisle and I'm just 3 feet away from her for a second. So just getting to see the Pink Ranger that close alone was really cool. On top
That
of
doesn't
everything
sound
else we
creepy at all.
mentioned-
Seeing the Pink Ranger alone.
Hey! I'm not the only one that had a crush on her when I was a kid, okay? So I don't feel guilty. She knows that. I'm
yeah, but
sure.
I don't. Not many of them are going on a podcast saying "Seeing
I
her
saw
alone
you.
was fantastic."
I saw her close. I could smell her hair. No, that's not. That's not.
No, I know. They know that's
Um,
cool, man. Yeah.
And then just like getting this, like we mentioned before in the previous episode, the American Dad panel, just hearing the voice actors all kind of mix up and do their own thing. Getting to see people talk about Star Wars from the expanded universe. Getting to see a movie screening outside of Comic-Con, not expecting to see some of the main cast there. There were so many great moments. That's the funny thing. When I get put on the spot, I have these knee-jerk reactions, and then when I walk away from the question and my mind, I'm like, oh wait, there was this, but there was this. Oh shit, there was this. They were all so fucking good. It's hard for me to highlight any one thing above the other. It takes.
Fair enough.
I see why, man. It takes multiple experiences. It's a quest.
And at least you're coming back at a good time. It's like a phoenix rising from the ashes of like last year.
You were not the
was
first person I
very
heard say that
lackluster.
too. Yeah. There was that last shuttle Saturday night I was coming back to the hotel from. I was talking to like 5 or 6 people in the front of the bus. They were all saying similar things. The guy was walking up to the premium redemption, basically fucking posters for a stupid movie ticket thing. But I was
Tried warning you, but no, there was some cool
hey man,
posters.
I like the journey though. That was cool. I talked to this guy. It was fun. He was just like, you know what? Last year was a little better. This year's way better than it was the couple of years before. So a lot of people had that consensus that it's definitely building the momentum back up. So I guess folks, we'll just have to see
find
what
out.
next year looks like.
Hopefully, we'll be able to go again next year as a press, because supposedly that's what we are, and I'll take it. I appreciate
press. I don't know where we're pressing, but we'll keep pressing it.
We're pressing the buttons on pinball machines.
That's right. Flippers.
Bam. Yeah.
Hit
Well,
them flippers.
no, yeah, that's a good con down in the books, and hopefully we'll have many more to come.
I'm looking forward to it, man. I genuinely enjoyed that, and I cannot wait to tell you guys about what there is to experience at the next one.
Yeah, and if you want to stay all up in our business, please follow us on all the socials. Facebook, 2 of those bad boys, because we're old people and we like Facebook apparently. Twitter, X, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all pretty much at movie_toast. Please check it out. Give us a follow. There's always something new happening. And please do the one thing that we always ask of our listeners and watchers, and just
stay toasty. I like the synchronized toasty, to be honest. I'm a big fan of it.
I can tell. You
Just
forgot your
working on the
music
countdown.
cue, Dennis.
I
You
did.
should.
Son of a bitch.
You're
I
in the
did.
zone.
I got so caught up, but we got you, folks.
This is the post-credit scene of the episode, so I guess we don't need it. So I'm the
okay.
asshole here. All right.
Oh no.
Thanks for listening and watching.